All right, shalom everyone. Peace for those who love peace, and no peace for the wicked, the Lord said. Just to have some coffee with you and explore some news around the world. And if you guys have a questions for me, I will be happy to answer if I could. As you know, those who claim to know everything are the most foolish. And we know that a human being is very limited, and always we make decisions, or let us say, we make conclusion based on what we know. But what we know is very little. And because what we know is very little, the conclusion most of the time will be very little. And that goes for everything we have around us in life, you know. Um, actually, I've been asked to make certain videos have nothing to do with politics, like about, individual human life and problems we face. So I might do that. But I will do it like maybe separately, or I will make it, because this channel, as you know, it have a certain direction. We will see how I will make them. So anyway, today, like we open our eyes in the morning, we see every day new news. The news can be pleasant, the news can be ugly. However, always the ugly news is more than the good news. It doesn't matter which day, even in your best day. It's the nature of life that ugly news is always the. Actually, that's why it's in the news because it's ugly. If good things are happening, nobody will talk about it. The news they focus on things which is make it, let us say, more. They look for things which more appealing. Like why they want to tell you a good news if those news will not bring anything for those newspaper. So they focus always in certain news which will attract people. And between the like the ugly news, they put for you some silly, stupid things. Like a child, he surprised his mom with the gift in the Mother Day. That is supposed to be news. A dog, he surprised his owner by doing this, and you became curious, like what he have done, the dog, huh? So I need to click to read. So always the news, news agencies, when they publish something to you, they are in a hunt because for them the news is a business. For you, it is something else. For you, it can be an entertainment. It can be because you are seeking to know what's going on in the world, and maybe can affect your decision, even to where to go, where not to go, to travel, etc. But for them, it's just a pure business. So if you have a question, feel free to ask me, and I will be happy to answer. Increase the volume. The audio is not good. Let me check it out. All right. What about now? Is it better now? I don't know why this microphone always go up and down by itself. I do not have any auto control for the microphone, but it does that from time to time. All right. Um, like I saw in the news that the Israeli they mistreated those activists. They call them activists. What they did to them? They made them bow down in the ground, and this is the mistreat. What they should do to them? Like they give them flowers. I mean, somebody broke the law, crossing your border illegally. What they should do to them? And the whole world is talking about it. Even I saw the Prime Minister of South Korea saying this is out of the line. What an idiot. Stay with your business. The Israeli actually, they are wrong in the way they treat those who they come to their borders. They should not release them right away because somebody crossed the border. They should change the law and make it you stay for 3, 4, 5 years in jail. You know, because what are you coming to do? You call yourself activist? That's not a reason to. Nobody give you a license under the name of activist to cross the border. You can be arrested in any country if you cross the border. If you are even a journalist. Oh, I'm a journalist. I want to seek the truth. I want to see what's happening. That is not an excuse. You don't have a permission to cross my borders. Uh, so like the whole world make a drama about the thing, and if you look at the video, there's nothing there really. Very, very silly. But anyway, Israeli always didn't know, they don't do the right thing, I believe. If you want those people not to come to your land again, change the law and make it the one who come here, he might stay up to 5 to 6, 10 years. And let us see how many of them they will come and keep them in jail. All right. Regarding the war in Iran, obviously both sides they don't want war. The Iranian they want to convince their own population that they are victorious. As usual, the Muslims never lose a war, do they? Even if you spank the hell of them, even if they lose their nose and their toes, even if they lose their private parts, still they claim to be victorious. So the last news is that the head of the army of Pakistan he fly already to Iran because obviously there's a deal is going to be signed soon with USA. The American they don't want this war to continue, and there's many reasons. You see, the game of Iran was very simple, and they are smart. We know that this is what they would do. The American they always never finish a job. They never finish a job. It doesn't matter where. So they started the war, and they knew from the first day that Iran can close Hormuz. They knew better, right? Hormuz been closed many times before. Iranian they closed it many times before. In fact, during the war with Iraq, they put those bombs in the ground. I mean, in the sea, all over for years. It's nothing new. And Iran mentioned many times that we will close it, and you should know that the price of oil will go. However, because of the foolishness of the leadership, they thought we go and we smash them, we spank them, and that's it. They will do whatever we want. Those people, they can stay the way they are, even if they are like the biggest losers and they lost a lot. They can stay like this for the coming year, 2 years, 3 years, you know, because simply those kind of regime, they are not the one who struggle. The one who will suffer is the people. The regime themselves, they will have enough money, and I'm sure they still have a lot of money to pay for their soldiers. And the borders with China is open. In fact, the Chinese, their ships keep going in and out as if nothing happening. And Trump don't dare to stop them. So Trump is acting like a potato. And he keep talking about victory. And now the Iranian, they will say, okay, we will give you the uranium. And you have to give us what we ask for. Whatever the agreement is not going to be a victory as Trump he mentioned. And Iran for sure defeated, there's no question about it. But Iran is dealing with a defeat which they believe is temporary. So Trump will be there in the office for 3 years, and then things will go back to normal. They will get money. They will sell their oil. Trump, he will lift the sanctions from them within a few months, maximum, from the agreement, if not right away. And then Iran will become rich, wealthy rich. They can build their weapon. They get this time actually they will learn from their mistakes. The mistake, which mean uh, uh, what's one went wrong with their strategy this time, to the point they could not predict that America is going to attack them. They could not predict that their mullahs will be, shish kebab. All of this failure, it's a big failure. How they were able to know where every leader of them is living, staying, talking, eating, how they are, their military obviously is, screwed up, and the Israeli able to have information about anything they want. So the Iranian will learn from those mistakes, and they will learn from the weakness of the enemy too. So now the Iranian they learned that Hormuz is a major, a weakness for the Western countries. However, there is some preparation for the coming war. All those countries now, they are preparing themselves for tomorrow war because this is not over. If they sign now agreement, if the American and the Iranians sign an agreement, I assure you this will be a temporary. Like if you try to convince the wolf to become, like a bet, you are mistaken. The wolf is a wolf. He will howl at the middle of the night, and he will hunt. So the Western, they think they can make the wolf, the beast, become a pet. But that will not work because behind this wolf there's a religion. It's not the politics. It's not just making money. It's not like, okay, today our benefit is here, so we do this. It is a religion. And when you talk about religion, religion is the superior compared to politics. They practice taqiyya to change the direction, friendship. Let us say Iran now is a friend to Russia. But if one day Russia have a war with the neighbors, Muslims, Iran will switch side. So it's a necessity now to side with Russia because we need Russia, not because they love Russia. They hate Russia. The same as Erdogan, he buy weapon from Russia, so he can steal their technology. He bought the S-400, so his engineers, they can study it, and maybe they can make something better. And this is the same, Erdogan, he do the same. He's a hyena. He buy, he kiss the ass of the West, okay, he can get their weapon, and then maybe we can copycat of them and we make weapon like it. And they are working in that direction. So I believe that the coming country to have war is going to be Turkey. But as they say, as the Muslims, they say Saturday first and Sunday next. Saturday first for them mean Jews first. Sunday mean Christian second. So all those countries are they are planning for war, and the war is coming. The war is coming, and now Turkey is part of the NATO. But we know that Turkey is never part of anything good. As soon as Turkey feel that Europe is weak, Turkey is going to invade all their neighbors. And as you see, the European countries are potatoes. Trump, the Department of Defense said, we might not to send 4,000 or 5,000 troops to Poland. The Polish government almost make pee-pee in their pants. And it's obviously that you don't trust your army to the point 5,000, it's like, talking about Sparta, the Spartan, the 300. So they want the 300 there. You have a massive army, you have a big population, and you are crying for 4,000, 5,000 American soldiers. This is how weak they are. So Turkey understands very well that European countries are potatoes. They became hippies, naked beaches. They are busy with Free Palestine. They are mentally corrupt. Uh, uh, they are obsessed with supporting Islamists. So the way is easy. If Erdogan attack Europe, those Islamists inside Europe, they will create a massive civil war. If we can call it civil, because nothing in it is going to be civil. But the meaning of civil war, supposedly, it is civilians. It's not necessarily armies. Uh, so Europe, they are now given a gift by Trump, actually. When Trump, he says to you, why we should support you, why we should defend you all the time, why you don't do it yourself. It's a great thing. Europe is way bigger population than USA. Why such a massive, I don't know how many population in Europe, 450, 500 million? Why 500 million are scared of 150 million Russians? Why they are scared of 100 million Turkish? Why they are terrified of 80, 90 million Iranian? Why you are terrified? Because simply they want to live the luxury life. They don't want to spend money in their arm and their weapon, and they want to enjoy naked beaches. If you see what the population is busy about, you will see they are busy with little dogs, busy with naked beaches, fashion, nightclub, just say nightclub, you know. The whole country is a nightclub. Say football, men, they beat each other in the football game. Say Muslim grooming their kids, nobody get upset. A girl she being kidnapped, nobody get upset. Say that you know their football team lost the game, they break chairs, they burn cars in the street, they beat everybody in their way. Nations like this, they will never be anywhere unless they fix themselves. And Trump is giving you opportunity to wake up before it's too late. You are terrified for a reason because you become a potato. You depend in somebody else's protection. So you feel so small, so midget if that person is not next to you. Ukraine, they enter into the war. Small, tiny army, no real weapon. You know, Trump he keep talking about giving them those rocket you shoot in the in the shoulder for tanks. He keep talking about everything. We give them this thing. We gave it to them. You know, Biden gave them nothing. We gave them this. Blah 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 blah. But this is not even. This is a weapon. Even that the terrorists in Syria they have them. What is the? And not only that, they gave them weapon. They said to them, you cannot use it against the Russian in their land. You can use it only in the 4 years. The Ukrainian, they've been tortured by the European and the American. You cannot use our rocket inside Russia. This is how terrified they are. So the Russian, they can hit Ukraine, they can burn the ground. But Ukrainian cannot go 1 centimeter using the weapon which they keep bragging about giving them to use to defend themselves. You can defend yourself only inside Ukraine. You cannot attack them. But we know that you cannot win a war by this garbage. Ukraine did not listen to the garbage of European no more. So they start developing their own weapon. And now, actually, I saw the video of Marco Rubio saying, Ukraine now is the most powerful army in Europe. So the question is for all those Europeans, how Ukraine can become the most powerful army? And they have no money, no budget. They lost a lot of men. Their cities burned. Total cities totally burned. I can show you. And yet they are the most powerful and they don't fear Russia. Who dare to attack Ukraine now? Which country is stupid to attack Ukraine? Name one. In fact, now all those Arab countries are begging the Ukraine. They sign agreement with them. Just go right now, type in Google, agreement Saudi Arabia, Ukraine, Emirat, Ukraine, Bahrain, Ukraine, Oman, Ukraine. I mean, everybody, even USA, want to buy their weapon, is buying their weapon, actually, not only they, is trying. So how, from a small population compared to Russia, they have no arms, they have no weapon, begging everybody for help, to someone, everybody asking them, including the American, for help. So our European, they have to wake up before it's too late, because the war is coming. Turkey, the Ottoman, they have an old dream. They want to take all over the Middle East. And by taking over the Middle East, they can take over the oil. And if they take over the oil, they can take over the money. If they can take over the money, then going to war is no problem. Turkey right now cannot go to war because the country is bankrupt. Their currency is garbage. Their economy is very fragile. 7 days war, Turkey will go bankruptcy. 7 days, not 7 years. 7 days. This is the only reason stopping them from going to war. In fact, countries like those, they prefer to go to war because that can solve many problems. As an example, unemployment in Turkey is huge, is massive. Inflation is crazy. But if we go to war, all those who are unemployed, they go and die. In the same time, we occupy other territory. which means will bring us more money. So Erdogan is willing to dump few million Turkish, who, according to him, they have no use. They are just numbers. They can't even find a job. We dump them into war. For sure, the rich will stay home because always rich, they get away from going to war. Their kids will be having vacation somewhere, right? So war is a solution. That's why actually Iran is insisting for war because war is a solution. Nobody can question his government why we don't have this and that if we have war. The answer is, are you stupid? Are you traitor? Don't you see we have war? So for the Iranian, they want to keep the war as long as they can, but the war as a sign, not as an action. Like all those years, what war Iran they went to? Did they really invade Israel? They did not. They did not even dare. The first time they have an attack between them and Israel when the Israeli attack them, not the opposite. They always, because they are coward, they want to use the war as a flag, but they don't want to get into it. They use the Shia in Lebanon, they use the Shia in Yemen, use Shia everywhere, but they will not, they themselves go for it. So they use war as an excuse for their own policy inside the country. Why we are poor, don't you see? Death to America, death to Israel, the enemy. So for their benefit, actually, to have America stay as an enemy. Always you need an enemy. Like in Egypt, as an example, very poor country, massive population. All right. The government, they build a school. In the same moment, there's more babies made enough for 20 schools. How this country can have a future? So when the economy go down, what the government they do? They go and create a problem, a local problem or international problem. Usually they create a local problem. So they have the Coptic Christians. So they go and put a bomb in a church, killing 20, 30 people. The Christian, they cry. The Muslim, they rejoice. And the government, they say, we have to cool you down. So now the whole country is focusing in what? In what is happening inside the country. So always they use the Christians, they kill some Christians. And that will be an excuse to go and attack some Islamist. Even though the one who put the bomb not necessarily is the Islamist, it is the police. The police, which is against the Islamists, supposedly. So those filthy countries, they have no dignity. Population for them is a fuel. The one in charge, he is willing to burn 100, 200, 1,000, the same as the communist. The communists in Soviet Union every day, they sign an execution order of at least 5,000. And if the number is less, they question the officers why you are not doing a good job. Are you telling me there's not even 5,000 this morning opposing our regime? Execution, not jail. So it's a solution. All dictatorships killing their own citizen is a solution to stay. And when we have a war which is out abroad, even this is a better solution because that will make the people united, feeling the risk is coming from abroad, not within. So they shift their interest from focusing on what their government is doing, and they start thinking about the enemy, which is supposedly the enemy abroad, which is America in this case, or Israel. In the same time, uh, their kids, the Iranian leaders, their kids, the same as Erdogan. Erdogan will not do, etc. And his daughter and his son-in-law, they are living in Switzerland. They have villas there. They don't. Nobody wanna. They are just have nothing to do with Turkey. The leaders of Iran, their daughters, their nieces, their nephews, the same as Osama bin Laden, the same as all those who claim to be doing jihad. They have a very much double standard in their lifestyle. Your kids have to go and fight Israel in America, and our kids, they have to go to Los Angeles and wear bikini. Uh, Actually, just today, they arrested, I think, a relative for Castro. She is enjoying her wealthy life. I think it is in Miami. You know, the like death to America in Cuba. We died to go to America, you know? Yeah, I mean, yeah, what we can say, right? So, you know, what you see in the news is very funny and very embarrassing. And they want to convince you, like this is the niece of Qasim, you know, Qasim, the leader. Yeah. Mm. And the sister, I mean, all of them, either they go to Canada, either they go to America, either wherever they can go, they go. But don't keep me inside Iran, please, you know? But please, death to the Western, they are kuffar, they are infidel. The same you see somebody from Pakistan. He believed that the Western are pigs and monkeys, but he is desperate to cross the sea to go there. But anyway, what we're trying to say to you, uh, those countries, they need war. War is a necessity to survive. If there's no war, like if we look at the map now, which countries have war? Libya have war. Algeria have war with Morocco, right? Algeria have a big problem with Morocco. Libya, Egypt, they have a war with the Islamists, but little war. Sudan, they have a big war. Yemen, they have a big war. And then you go, all of them, Iraq, Iran, Syria, I mean, you name it. Why all those countries, they have war? Because war is a solution. War is a solution. Somebody saying, why the Christian Coptic don't form resistance? My friend, they try. Do you know who went against them? Guess who went against them? Guess who went against the Coptic Christian who tried to free their land? The church. The church. The church, when they Coptic, they start forcing themselves, making resistance to fight the Islamist occupation to Egypt. The church announced that anyone who joined the resistance, he is no Christian no more. They will not pray in his grave or his funeral, and he is cast out of the church. Do you see why I say those churches are wicked? They are puppy for the Muslims. And by doing that, every Christian said to himself, oh, instead of being called hero, I will be called heretic. Instead of dying for my country, I will be called traitor. So churches, I can show you right now how many videos made by the Coptic Church against Israel. And imagine they are talking about the occupation of Israel to Israel. This is Israel, you eat it. It's open your Bible. But they will never dare to talk about the Arab occupying their land. This is your land in Egypt. Before you worry about what's happening in Gaza, potato Coptic priest, what about you worry what's happening inside your country? Kidnapping your girls, taking over your country. When the Muslims attacked Egypt, there was 4 million Christian. 1400 years ago. Zero Muslim. So we cannot. This is why we cannot depend on those churches. I don't even call them churches. You know, it's a club. It's a club for a priest who they want to take over the population. It's like you have a farm, and those people are your cows. They treat you like a cow. So you come to the church, you obey us, you kiss our hand, all right? You do the rituals, you go home, you are a good Christian. You open your mouth, the hell will open on you, all right? This is why I have no respect for those people. I don't. And if somebody he speak the truth about Islam, do you know what they do? They cast him out. They say he don't belong to our church no more. How many of you heard of Father Zechariah? Zechariah Butros. Is it possible from a church who have millions, millions and millions abroad, not only millions inside, only one, that's it, only one of you dare to open his mouth? And what the church in Egypt did, they say, we don't have anything to do with him. Cast him out. He's speaking against Prophet Muhammad. This is not acceptable. This is why, for me, I dumped those so-called churches long time ago. If you want to know the quality of a church, it doesn't matter what a church. I don't care what the name of the church. I don't care what the ethnic of the church. I don't care if they are uh, black, white, Asian. Who care? God for everybody, my friend. God, for God, He loved the world, not the white, not the black, not the Asian. If those churches are not willing to say the truth when the truth is needed, those are the church, the synagogue of Satan. You know the synagogue of Satan? It's not necessarily about Jews. It's not. Synagogue is a gathering place. This is what synagogue means. Gathering place. So when one of them, he's a hero, and by the way, all the Coptic love him. This showing you how much distance between the church, if we can call it the church, and the people. Every Coptic in the world love this guy. You will not find one Coptic person who don't adore him for how good he is. But in Egypt, they badmouth him. Oh, he don't present us. Oh, no, 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 no. And they go and they make speeches about Prophet Muhammad. Even some of them, they praise the Sharia Allah. The Sharia Allah which cut their tongue. Do you know that the Coptic, they've been forced to speak Arabic? How they forced? Anyone speak one Coptic word, they cut his tongue. In order to make the whole country switch language, anyone will speak the Coptic language, they will cut his tongue. Anyway, always there is good people who will speak the truth. As the Lord said, like always, God will not leave himself without witnesses. So when everybody betray his own people, there is somebody go against the current of the sewage and expose them. And that's what we do here. They are busy with icons and pictures. The only thing is still missing for those people is to stop using the word Allah when they speak about God. That will take a revolution to force it to happen. Uh, we spoke about many things. I don't know how many of them is interesting for you, but I say let me share my coffee with you. Maybe we can share something together. Thank you, Hannah. Do we have any question? Yeah, the second, when the first time I start talking about Islam, do you know what the Christian they say to me? Oh, you are teaching hatred. Oh, you are dividing the world. Is that what Jesus taught you? Is that really what Christianity teach you? Christian. It's not Muslims. They even open chat room saying, "Don't go to Christian Prince room," because I used to have a chat room before, because he's teaching hatred. What hatred I'm teaching? You tell me. What hatred? So we need a revolutionary inside our community. And any church, any priest, he is not willing to say the truth, he should be cast out, not the opposite. Right? Cast the devil out. If we don't do it, who's going to do it? It's like, when you have a thorn in your skin, who's going to take the thorn for you? Are you going to wait for somebody to take it? What about you take it yourself? YouTube, actually, I see something, member. YouTube yesterday sent me a message saying get more visual, blah, 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 activate member. So we will try this. Let us see. I activated this membership for those who like to join us in this membership, and supposedly people will donate too. So we appreciate your support. We will try if this will increase our view too. I got a question. Please answer me. How can the Coptic Church speak against Islam or government when they are in Egypt? The answer is very simple. When there is only one person he speak, you cannot. But when all your church and your leaders, and you do not need to go and insult, you do not need to go and insult. You can answer questions. Islam will not save you. The Bible is so clear, it says only Jesus. Don't insult Muhammad. You do not need to insult Muhammad. You do not need to say he is false prophet. Even that they were not there to say. And today we are in the world where a picture will go around the world in 2 seconds. So the old days is not the same, where Muslim they can come storm you and slaughter you. And those are not 10,000, those are millions of Coptic, and most of them they live in the same territory. So if things go to worse, what about your side with Israel? So Israeli will help you. Why the Christians in Lebanon, and they are not in control really of the country, there's a lot of Muslims, there's Hezbollah there. They say publicly Islam is false, etc. Why you cannot? What about the Christians who they are abroad? You have a fear. It became it's nesting inside them. The nest of fear is inside them. They are always worried. If everybody start talking, everybody say, what they can do. And remember, if you think you can gain victory by no sacrifice, you are a fool. So they are not willing to give sacrifice. How we can do that? Like how can the Polish fight the German? How can the Ukrainian fight the Russian? How can you? Who could they? No, they can. Otherwise, Hitler will be occupying all your countries in Europe. There was resistance. There was resistance when Hitler was a massive, powerful army, not when he was weak. But you are not willing to give your life for your country or your church. Not the same as the disciple who gave their life. No, you don't want. You want to stay alive. So you fear torture, you fear being arrested, you fear etc. So you sacrifice all things you believe in for the sake of staying alive. Let us say You exchange peace for shame. We are not asking anybody to do violence. Can you protest? Can the Coptic go by 10, 15 millions in the street? They can. Never go violent. Don't go violent. Can you do that? The whole world will wake up to see what's going on, right? But they don't want to do that. Uh, uh, so basically, the Coptic church is a fake church. No, the Coptic church never was fake. When we speak about leadership, this is not the church. The church is the Coptic. You're an ignorant because you look like you do not know what a church means. Church is a group of believers, not a group of priests. And inside this church, there's many wonderful priests too. So don't be smart. I'm talking about leaders, specific leaders, the big ones. All right. When we speak about certain, let us say, church name, we are not talking about the people. We are talking about those who lead. And if someone, like now in the Vatican, anyone who opposed the Pope, they fire him right away. And there's many cases online. Just to speak against the Pope, say anything, they will fire you. So you spend your life serving the Catholic Church, and you became a bishop. One day the Pope made a poo-poo, and you wanted to correct him. How dare you? You cannot. His Excellency, right? So when we speak about certain group, certain priest. Priest is the problem. But again, always there's good ones and there's bad ones. All right? You need a revolution in every church in order to fix uh, what's happening. And we are working in it. You see, when a Christian, they listen to us and they see why our churches today, in general, they don't represent us because they are doing business and they moving toward woke. So a church today is a church who says it's okay to be a homosexual. But we know that that's not true. The Bible is so clear. Oh, Islam, Islam means peace. We know that's not true. Islam teaches the opposite. The Lord, He says, from their fruit you shall know them. And we know that the Bible says, whoever denies the Son and the Father is an antichrist. Correct? So we know right away that those leaders are not really leaders. They are just woke businessmen. And then we have to cast them out. How we can cast them out? We don't go to their churches. We find a better place. We find a better group of people who agree that to follow the Bible, not the woke. Never go and stay in a church teaching woke because you are sponsoring the devil. Because this is not a church of God no more. All right? You, by going there and giving them donation, you are supporting destruction of the church. Always there is like a few questions you can ask at church, any church. What do you think about Islam? What do you think about homosexuality? What do you think about transgender? Those questions, if they start giving you blah, 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 you know that they are not Christians. Because the Bible have answer for those things. Anyone who give you an answer not according to the Bible is no Christian. Do you agree? Very simple. You do not need to have a PhD in Christianity and studying the Bible. No, very simple. As the Lord He says, from their fruits you shall know them. When you see a priest saying it's okay to have sex before marriage, you know that this is not a Christian. This is a muta boy. All right? This is a muta boy. This is Abdul. So you do not need to be genius or professional person who have degrees in the Bible to know that this is a wicked place and the people here they are trying to spread wickedness. So we better get out and warn others when we are going out. Warn others, look, those people are not teaching the Bible. Let us go. Let us go. UK want to return the union to Europe. This is good and bad. It's bad because the Muslims in UK, which is very aggressive, they will have access to Europe easy. It is good if UK became a new country and they deal with with the immigration. So UK right now, as it is bad news for Europe. If you can fix the UK and kick out millions who they are not there to love you, and they don't deserve to be there. Most of them they have a fraud immigration papers. If you're able to clean your society and then you join Europe, yeah, we like to see all those European united. That's for the best of Europe. I like actually to see Europe have one army. They should not have Ukrainian army and French army and English army. They should have one army. Who dare to attack you then? Imagine if all European countries have one army. Unity is powerful. But before you go into unity, you don't bring a rotten apple to the good apple box. You have to get rid of the rotten apples. And this goes for all of Europe, by the way, not only England, because they have the same problem, all of them. All right? So UK have to change. You have to get rid of this wicked government, hippie, woke. They are sick and they are making you sick. Everything have to be done peacefully, no violence. Me myself, I'm against violence because when you do violence, you harm your country anyway. In fact, you give the chance for the weeds to do something more ugly, because they hate you already. So they will use your violence as a reasoning to say, see, it's not us. They started first. So do it in a smart way. You have a voting system, you have politics, you have to play the game. The same as they were able to get in, play the same game to get them out. You strip them from all welfare. No welfare. Nobody would come. No health insurance. Migrants who come to the country, even if they have papers, why they should get free insurance? You change the law, you say it, okay, after 20 years, after 15 years, after 10 years working in this country, paying tax, then you are eligible to get medical, free school. They come to your country because they have everything for free. You come to have sex and make babies and you pay for it. So you have to deal with the reason. They are not coming just for vacation. They are coming for a better life, lazy life. They don't work. They go to Australia. The guy, he have 4 wives. The wives, they register their kids as register themselves as a single mother. And by registering herself as single mother, she get child support. But she don't know who's the father. Who's the father of the baby? I don't know. I don't know. Someone slept with me. So he have four wives, marrying them in the mosque. He go like a rooster from a woman to woman. They have a free housing, free food, free electricity. Even his kids, they go to school for free. And what he do? He just have sex and make money. Is that his fault? This is your stupid system. In Canada, they announce anyone come from Gaza, they will give them $2,800 a month. Salary for free. And a free apartment. Who can beat that? I will go there if you pay, if you pay me. You know what I mean? Stupidity is amazing. So they suck their citizen by making them pay massive tax. Like the tax in Canada is massive to give them to people who they are coming from different countries just to have sex and sleep and drink. Stupid system. The attraction is not because they love your country. I mean, most of people who come to Canada, why in the world anyone want to go to Canada and it's a freezing, especially someone he's from Bangladesh. Freezing country. You don't like it. But we watch TV, brother, and we play Atari, brother, tingling, tingling, and we eat curry, brother, and then we get a free money, free salary, and we send it back home. We build the villa, and then one day we retire, we get salary from the government, even without working, and we go back to Bangladesh. Sound like a great plan. He stayed there for some years. He got citizenship. He come back to Bangladesh. He received his salary there. Who can beat that? Can you? So all of this happening because they have this advantage, money advantage, welfare advantage. Cancel it, and then you will see nobody will come to your country. You want to eat, you have to work. You want to go to the doctor, you have to pay for it. As simple as that. This is the fastest way and the easiest way to end this corruption. Sucking your money, your income, your future. And then the country go down, by the way. They are getting more and more lazy, who they are not productive. Anyway, uh, any question for me before we finish for today? We're supposed to have coffee only. Yeah, so look like Trump, maybe they will make a deal, which is no deal. Let us make it simple. Iran might agree to what Trump he wants. Trump will announce victory. He will bragging about it. Iran will wait for 3 years. They will give a finger to Trump. They will start building their military from the first day they signed the deal because they will lift the sanctions. Oil will start floating. The price of oil will go down so fast. Trump will be so happy and he will say, see, I told you I will make the price of gas a $1. See, here we go. Because this is the whole point. He wants Iranian oil to go in flooding in the market again. That's why he did not attack them. He did not attack the oil. Because the plan is we make them subdued. We give us the uranium. We let them sell the oil. The oil price go in the market so low because now Iran oil is not blocked. Very simple. He wanted to stop the war between Russia and Ukraine, not because he is against war. This is just a propaganda. Because he want the war. If the war is over, we lift sanctions on Russia, the oil price will go low. Trump is happy again. All is about politics. It's not about real victory. And you will see. This is what will happen. The Iranian they will agree, and they will. It's going to take them 2 years to do what they promised to do. And Trump right away will say, okay, we will lift the sanctions from you slowly. And then after a long time, maybe they did not even give the uranium. Oh, because the uranium is big and is down and we need to work for it and there is some more conditions we need to negotiate. They will play him like a rat. All of this because Trump is facing a problem with the economy and he created the problem, not because of the war, but because he sees fire. He waited for the last moment to threat what he should do in the first moment. So he's facing a failure in economy. Prices of food is going crazy. Price of gas going crazy. He could not force even the American company, which is selling oil to everybody, to stop increasing the price. He's just being stupid. And for sure, he will speak about how victorious he is. And yes, it's a victory. I have to say, defeating the army of Iran, it is a victory. Forcing them to give uranium, it's a victory. But this is temporary. A smart person, he will sacrifice election. You are a president? What are you worried from? You will not be president again anyway. Sorry, my voice. He's worried about the election. Let me clean my throat. Sorry, I have to mute so I can clean my throat. He's worried about the election this at the end of this year. But a person who is a hero, he don't worry for election. He worry about victory for his country. A victory can happen really if you change the regime, not if you sign a paper with this regime. Because if he signed a paper with the regime not only is going to stay, is going to be stronger because we are going to lift all sanctions. Money will start pouring from everywhere. They will sign an agreement. 3 years from now, Trump is not here. We will have another Biden. And the Iranian will give fingers to the American. And Trump, he knew that very well. Signing a paper is a joke. Like, the Israeli, they did sign a paper of peace between them and between Egypt. It's a paper. The war can erupt any minute. The only reason they are not doing it because Israel have nukes. An Israeli army without nukes is very powerful. Otherwise, this is a country have 100 million citizens. And this is a country have 6 million Jews. You are no match. And when your enemy is next to you, next border, it's not the same as Iran. The Iranians, they shoot their missile, it take like 15 minutes to arrive. If not longer, depend what kind of. Here, it take a second. So if the Egyptian and the Israeli have a war, they will be overwhelmed. And I believe the Israeli, they will be so stupid if they are not getting ready for the coming war. Because now, Turkey have borders with Israel in Syria. Syria is not Syria anymore. Syria is Turkey now. Actually, Erdogan, he said, you can watch the video. He says Israeli should know, should remember. Now we have borders with Israel. And yes, Syria is controlled by Turkey now. So imagine if the Turkish and the Egyptian, they launch a war in the same time. The Israeli are struggling to fight Iran alone. They struggle with their drones, struggle with those they have drones. Turkish, they are making very advanced drones. Drones in the sea, they are trying to copy the Ukrainian technology. Actually, they did. So the Middle East is a land of war and will never have peace. And whoever think for a second that there will be peace in this territory of earth is a fool, is literally a certified foolish person. All right? No peace in this land. The Shia, they hate the Muslim Sunni. The Muslim Sunni, they hate the Shia. The Turkish, they hate the Greek. They hate the European. They hate the Jews. The Syrian now is controlled by terrorists. The Shia in Iraq, they want to kill every Sunni. The Kurdish, they are looking for their own territory and they're independent. And the Kurdish, they hate the Turkish, and the Turkish hate the Kurdish, and blah, 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 blah. This is the land of hate. And when you have seed of hate everywhere, you have nothing but hate and war and blood. This land, remember what I say to you, will never, ever, ever have peace until the day of judgment. And anyone who think that piece of paper can make peace, this person is mentally ill. You know, the Ukrainian, not long time ago, they gave their nukes and they sign a piece of paper. The American, they guarantee we protect you. Don't worry, just give us the nuke. And the Russian, they signed too. I mean, imagine the Russian themselves, they signed, give us the nukes. The stupid Ukrainian at that time, they gave up their nukes. If they have their nukes, nobody will attack them now. They gave up their nukes for a couple of hundred different millions of dollars because the country is bankrupt. In fact, the American is behind this disaster. They are the one who forced the Ukrainian, listen, we protect you. And when the war started, American nowhere to be found. And then you will see an American guy says, we gave Ukraine $300 billion. You gave them zero because you give them money and you force them to buy your weapon. So the money go back to you. And now they are in debt to you. And what do? You steal their minerals. You make them sign that 50% of the country minerals is ours. This is how you can be a victim, trusting other countries to protect you. And this is why I say, any country, Europe, America, anyone, trust other country for protection is a fool. I have a police where I live. I'm not going to trust the police to protect them. I have guns. Because by the time the police make a decision to come, drive his car, arrive here, I will be dead. And then the police will take a picture of me, says this victim. They put me in a file, they put me in a shelf. This is what happened to you when you depend on somebody else to protect you. Good luck. Right? And then you will be in the newspaper. Who is going to trust? Right? And the West is going so hypocrite. So why they aren't upset from Pakistan having nuke? I mean, Pakistan is more terrorist than Iran. I will tell you because the government of Pakistan, they are smart. They didn't say that to America did to Israel. Why we allow Turkey to get all our technology when you know that the Turkish are working so hard to destroy and take Europe? Already they took half of Cyprus. They did. They took 90% of Greece. They took 80% of Armenia. Now, just a few months ago, they took Karabakh. Europe needs some vitamin, not vitamin of energy, vitamin of intelligence. Spain and Germany are supplying Turkey with submarines and the highest technology. But the Spanish people, they forgot that one day those Muslims, they came and they keep dreaming about taking Spain. This is how wicked your Spanish government is. Europe need to change. And Europe will never change as long as you have naked European. Tell me how naked you are. I will tell you how small your brain is. Hmm? You are naked for a reason. You are naked for a reason. We got nothing else except your clothing. And even that you don't want. Your brain is gone long time ago. You are busy with weeds and sex and drinking and bars. It is a reality. And you don't, if you don't fix it, you are history. And they will take over you. I want to say thank you for you guys to be here. I hope you have a good time with me drinking my coffee, even though you did not let me drink the coffee. The coffee is getting cold. And this is the news for today. And leave your comment. And you don't have to agree with me. You don't. But you can prove me wrong if you can. Thank you. God bless you. And see you soon again. God is good. So is Jesus. And we are the crusade. See ya.